A very good morning to everyone. Students, today we will discuss the next chapter of the book A Pact with the Sun, The Monkey and the Crocodile. Through this story, the message is conveyed that we should not trust anyone blindly, and before taking a decision we should think at least twice that after taking any type of decision and should not trust anyone blindly. Okay, so let's start the story. Once on the bank of a river, a monkey made a home for himself in a tree laden with fruit. He lived in it happily, eating to his heart's content the fruit of his choice. The monkey was happy but lonely and wanted a companion to talk to and share the fruits with. But there was no one around, not even another monkey, till one day a crocodile appeared on the riverside. So, the meaning of these lines are: once on the bank of a river there lived a monkey, and there lived a monkey on a tree, and that tree is laden with fruits, and he lived there happily by eating his fruit with heart content. So the fruit was all the fruits were of its choice, and he was very happy to live on that tree. The monkey was very happy, but he is lonely, and he wanted a companion to talk to and share the fruits with him or her. But there was no one, there was no person, not even a single monkey, until one day a crocodile appeared on the river side. "Hello there," said the monkey. "Do you live in this river? Would you like to eat some fruit?" "Good morning," replied the crocodile politely. "I did come here in search of food for myself and my wife. Nice of you to offer me fruit." Said the monkey, "Hello, do you live in this river?" To the crocodile, "Do you live in this river? Would you like to eat some fruit?" He offered some fruits to that crocodile. "Good morning," replied the crocodile very politely, "and I did come here in search of food." And the crocodile replied very politely, and he said that I came here in search of food for myself and my wife. Nice of you to offer me fruit. So sweet of you if you offer me the fruit. Next paragraph is: the monkey plucked some from the nearest branch and threw them down. The crocodile found them delicious. "Thanks," he said. "May I have some on my next visit?" The monkey, after hearing the crocodile's words, the monkey plucked some fruits from the nearest branch and threw them down, and the crocodile, after eating those fruits, he found them very tasty, and he said, "Thanks. May I have some on my next visit? So can I come here on my next visit and have some fruits on the next time?" "Certainly, as many as you like, and some for your wife too," said the monkey. "Do come again. I am rather lonely here." So the monkey said, "Please come here. Welcome of you if you come here, and I will offer you some more fruits for you and your wife also. And I am rather lonely here, and I am lonely here, so I like your company the most." The crocodile visited the monkey regularly and ate the fruits which his host threw down. He took some home for his wife. The monkey and the crocodile were now the best of friends. They talked and were never tired of talking. They talked about birds and animals, about the villages nearby, and the difficulties villagers faced in raising good crops for lack of rain. So, after this, the crocodile visited the monkey on regular basis and ate the fruits which the monkey that is the host threw down. And he took some fruits also at his home also for his wife. And the monkey and the crocodile were now the best friends, and they talked and they never tired of talking together. And they talked about what they are talking about. They are talking about the birds and animals, about the villages nearby, and the difficulties faced by the villagers. What type of difficulties? About the raising good crops for lack of rain or for the less rain. One day, the crocodile stayed with the monkey longer than usual. One day what happened? The crocodile stayed with the monkey, spent some time with the monkey, longer than usual time. His wife was annoyed, waiting and waiting, managing the little crocodiles that had just been hatched. She said, "Who is this friend of yours you are so fond of?" His wife was annoyed, waiting, and his wife was very much angry, slightly angry, waiting and waiting, managing the little crocodiles that had just been had. And she was managing the little crocodiles which had been just hatched. She said to the crocodile that, "Who is this friend of yours that you are so fond of? You spent a lot of time with him." "Oh, he is a very nice monkey," he replied. The crocodile said, "He is a very nice monkey. He lives on a fruit tree. He sends fruit for you every day. You don't expect me to climb trees, do you?" "Oh," the crocodile said, "oh, he is a very nice monkey," he replied. "He lives on a fruit tree. He sends fruit for you every day. You don't expect me to climb trees, do you?" "A nice monkey, I am sure," replied the wife with obvious sarcasm. The wife of crocodile replied with obvious sarcasm or sarcastically that he is a nice monkey. "If you ask me, this monkey should be my food. I want to eat his heart so much. If you ask me, that monkey should be my food and I want to eat his heart very delightfully." "What a foolish thing to say," shouted the crocodile. "I cannot kill a friend, though I won't mind a monkey occasionally for a change of taste." So, after hearing these words, the crocodile shouted and he said, "What a foolish thing you say. What are the foolish words you are saying now? I cannot kill my friend, though I won't mind a monkey occasionally for a change of taste." "You bring him here," ordered the wife. "I want to see him." "You bring him here," ordered the wife. "I want to see him." The wife ordered the crocodile that, "Please bring him here. I want to see him." "So you can eat him." "Never," declared her husband. "So you can eat him." "Never," declared her husband. Next is, his wife was furious and she dived in to hide herself at the bottom of the river, leaving the little ones to pester their father. So, when the crocodile replied about the monkey, so his wife was very angry and she dived into herself at the bottom of the river while leaving the little crocodiles to make him disturb. Who is disturbing? She wants to disturb. To whom she want to disturb? She want to disturb the crocodile. The crocodile was in a serious dilemma. He loved his wife and was very fond of his friend too. Finally, he decided to be on the other side of his wife. So, now the problem arises that crocodile was in a very serious condition, very serious situation. He loved his wife too and he was very fond of his friend too. Finally, he decided that he will be on the side of his wife because she was his life partner after all. And next is, "I know it's a sin to betray a friend, but I have no choice," he said to himself. "I will invite the monkey home and hope for the best." So, he decided that he will take the side of his wife, and he knew it very well that it is a sin to betray a friend, but I have no choice. He said to himself, "I will invite the monkey home and hope for the best." "My wife wants you over for a meal, dear friend," said the crocodile when he visited the monkey next. "You must come home with me today." Said the crocodile said when he visited the monkey next time that, "My wife wants you over for a meal. You must come home, आप मेरे. You must come home. You have to come at my home with me today with pleasure, said the monkey. Monkey said, so the monkey said to the crocodile, with pleasure, I am no swimmer but can ride on your back. I don't know how to swim but I can ride on your back. And they set out. In the middle of the river, where the current was the strongest, the crocodile could no longer hide his intention. Sorry, my friend, he said hesitatingly, but I have to go underwater now. I have brought you here to kill you. My wife cannot survive without eating your heart. Goodbye. Okay, so in the middle of the river, when the monkey sat on the back of the crocodile and where the current was the strongest, the crocodile could no longer hide his intention. The crocodile expressed his intention to the monkey and said, sorry, my friend, with hesitation, but I have to go underwater now. I have brought you here to kill you because my wife cannot survive without eating your heart. Because my wife wants to eat your heart, so I will get you into the water to kill you. Goodbye. The monkey was scared and distressed, but he was sensible and clever like all monkeys. He kept a cool head. Calmly he said, I had do anything for you and your family. You are my only friend. After all, what is a monkey's heart compared with the life of a crocodile's wife? But how foolish could you be? Why did not you tell me before? I had have brought my heart along. When the monkey heard that the crocodile wanted to kill him, he was very much scared and distressed, but he was very sensible and clever like all monkeys. He kept calm and he said, I will do anything for your family. You are my only friend. But after all, what is a monkey's heart compared with the life of a crocodile's wife? But how foolish could you be? Why did not you tell me before? You should tell me before, because I brought my heart along. But where is your heart? Crocodile asked the crocodile innocently. Where is your heart? I thought you carried it all the time. Monkey was very clever. Of course not. It is there on the tree. Let's swim back at once and get it. Your wife must be waiting, replied the monkey, gaining confidence. Okay, the monkey wanted to save his life. So he said, my heart is there on the tree. Let's swim back at once and get it. Your wife must be waiting, replied the monkey with full of confidence. Oh dear, what a mistake, hissed the crocodile. The crocodile hissed and said, oh dear, what a mistake you have done. They laughed loudly as the crocodile took a full turn to reach the tree. The monkey was very clever and they laughed loudly as the crocodile took a full turn to reach the tree back. On the river bank, the monkey jumped onto the tree and heaved a deep sigh of relief. On the river bank, the monkey jumped. When they reached on the river bank, the monkey suddenly jumped onto the tree and heaved a deep sigh of relief. Take a deep sigh of relief. He plucked a fruit or two from the nearest branch and throwing them down said. And he plucked a fruit or two from the nearest branch and throwing them down to the crocodile, let your wife have some fruit rather than my heart. Your wife should have some fruit instead of my heart. Fresh fruits are good for mind and body. So goodbye, friend, and if you don't mind, we won't meet again. The crocodile, sadder and wiser, shed a few tears which were genuine, and after watching all these activities, the crocodile was very much sadder and wiser and had a few tears which were real and genuine and turned back to go home. He was in a hurry to tell his wife a thing or two. He was in a hurry to tell his wife a thing or two. So this was the story of the monkey and the crocodile. They are the best friends, but the monkey did not find his intention that the crocodile wanted to kill him, as his wife's intention was to eat the monkey's heart. So the moral of the story is that you should not trust anyone blindly, and you should use your mind before taking any decision. Okay, thank you.